Dragon Jace. Welcome back to Fate Unlimited Bladeworks. Sorry, I'm trying to get back into a routine of every 2 days there being a recording. And yesterday I had fully intended to record and post all on the same day, and it just simply didn't happen. I don't mind talking about this, but my dad, he was laid off of his job of 25 years yesterday, so it was kind of just like a big shock. And he asked me to come over, and then he told me, and yeah, just a bit of a shock. So I came home and was just rather emotional and was just kind of worried and stressing for them. I'm feeling a lot better now. Still, worried about him and him handling things. Luckily, he's in a pretty good spot. Financially, not a lot of debt. The only thing he has debt on is they recently got a new roof at their place, so very fortunate. He has 8 months of severance, so he has a very long time period to be looking for a job, which is awesome. So the best of a bad situation. I'm at least very grateful about that. And yeah, so today, as well as playing Fate, I'm planning on getting a few recordings done. I think I have it in me for tonight. I have my smoker going. Hopefully this video that you're seeing right now is actually going up this night. But I have a smoker going. I'm smoking meat for the first time. I got a pork butt on there, so I'm getting up and checking it every so often. And I'm also making a pecan pie. And then I was also, while I was out there getting everything set up and kind of waiting for the thing to heat up, I was learning a K-pop dance, because, I don't know, just seemed fun. Yeah, I was learning La 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 by Stray Kids. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get into Fate, shall we? Alright. It is a spacious, solemn chapel. With this many seats, there must be quite a few attendees during service. Oh, also last time, not that I really need a recap, because last time was a recap of in its own right, but so far, nothing really new has happened this route. We talked to Rin, and Rin was like, hey, you got questions, let's go back up to the church, let's go talk to Kirei, and here we are, probably going to experience the same dialogue once again. The priest must be distinguished to be entrusted with a church like this. Tohsaka, what kind of person is the priest here? That's hard to explain. I've known him for about a decade, but I still don't quite get him. Yeah, the whole, him keeping people in his basement and sucking the life energy from him, don't really get that part. You've known him for 10 years? That's quite a long relationship. Is he a relative of yours or something? Not a relative, but my guardian. Not to mention, he's also my senior as an apprentice and second instructor. Huh, senior apprentice? You mean as a mage? Yeah, why are you so surprised? But he's a priest, right? It's a taboo for a priest to be using magecraft. Mages in the church should be mutually exclusive. Well, in this case, they're not. The large organization that mages belong to is called the Mages Association. And behind the world's largest religion, the side of Christianity that you wouldn't see if you're living a normal life, is an organization that is ostensibly called the Holy Church. These two seem similar yet different. They cooperate together on the surface, but they have a dangerous relationship where they're always trying to kill each other when they get the when given the chance. Goodness. The church hates heretics. They eliminate the inhuman, which includes those who use magecraft. For the church, miracles are only granted to and utilized by saints. Any others who perform miracles are all heretics. Begone. We burn them at the stake. There are no exceptions, whether they belong to the church or not. Also, the higher the position, the more forbidden it is to use the impurity of magecraft. It goes without saying that, for a true believer, the stronger the divine protection, the farther one stays away from magecraft, but... First of all, is the priest one of your kind? What does that mean, your kind? What do you mean, your kind? Yes, he's the overseer of the Holy Grail War. After all, an active executor dispatched by the church. Well, it's questionable whether he has divine protection or not, though. Tohsaka walks towards the altar. It's bad manners to do that without the priest present, but it's so late at night. I don't remember if in the Fate route, if it, was ever explained how Kirei found himself in the position of being both and, not being found out by the church. I guess he just kept it secret. I don't know. I can't imagine he'd be in the chapel. If he's anywhere, it'd be somewhere in the back. So what is the priest's name? You were saying something like Kotomine before. I ask, following after her. She comes to stand before the altar and turns to me with a conflicted expression. His name is Kirei Kotomine. He was my father's student, and I suppose he's been an important person in my life, but, well, if I had a choice, I'd have never met him. Yeah, he's a little smug. I feel the same way. I would not have wanted an apprentice who does not respect her instructor. I hear footsteps. He appears from somewhere behind the altar, slowly making his way over. He must have heard us come in. You didn't answer my repeated calls, and now you've brought a strange guest. So he's the seventh one, Rin. You already know exactly who I am. Don't even try to be like, oh, I have no clue who this guy is. You literally know my father very well. Yes, he's a mage, but he's a complete amateur, so I couldn't leave him be. I believe that the rule was to report here when one became a master, right? You guys made that all up, but in this case, I'll play along. Yeah, they don't have to do that. That is the sufficient. I see. I must be thanking this young man. The priest called Kotomine slowly turns toward me. Without realizing, I take a step back. There's no reason for me to be scared. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for you to be scared. You shouldn't feel good and comfy around this guy. It's not like it's not like I feel any hostility from this man either. Yet he still had this intimidating presence that makes it feel like lead weights were just heaved onto my shoulders. My name is Kirei Kotomine, the one who is in charge of this church. What is your name, Seventh Master? I already know, but tell me anyway. Shirou, Mia. Though I haven't agreed to this master thing yet. Yeah, you already have. The moment she summoned and then you got the command spells slapped on your wrist, you're in the club. I glare at the piece trying to match this intensity. Shirou? Mia. Huh? The weight I'm feeling changes to a chill. The priest smiles silently as if he comes across something pleasant. That smile. That dang smile. I knew when I saw it. Everything goes into the 13 Reasons Why monologue. I can't think of anything that would compare. Is 13 Reasons Why even, in my generation and, my age of high school, even a lot of adults, my dad watched it when it came out. That was such a big show. First season, second season, not, and third, not so much, but, is that are those references that people still get and understand, of newer generations? I'm Gen Z, for reference. Later Gen Z, so I can't think of anything that would compare. Thank you for bringing Rin here, Amiya. If it were not for you, she would have never come. Well, I didn't bring her here. It was kind of more like the other way around. So, the priest walks toward the altar. Tohsaka steps away from the altar with a bored expression and moves to stand next to me. Let us begin then, Shirou Mia. You are Saber's master, correct? That's wrong. Yes, I made a contract with Saber, then that makes you your master. But I don't know anything about masters or the Holy Grail War or anything. Just because you don't know about something doesn't mean you aren't that. You could never hear the word artist, but you draw your entire life. That doesn't suddenly make you not an artist just because you haven't heard of that word for that concept. You probably have a different way of wording it in your brain where you're like, I just do the drawing thing. If masters are supposed to be established mages, then you should choose another master. I see. This is serious. Does he really not know anything, Rin? I told you he's an amateur. Teach him right from step one. You're good at that, right? Tohsaka urges the priest unenthusiastically. Oh, I see. I see. So that's what this is all about. Very well. This is the first time you've so willingly come here. Can't thank you enough, Shirou Mia. My sweet, precious daughter. You're a little clingier than what I remember to your father, or to your quote-unquote adoptive daughter. Father Kodamine laughs. The conversation is making me uneasy. Or guardian. I don't know. If you're a guardian of someone but haven't adopted them. I mean, you're still a parental figure. I just don't know. Ugh. I don't know what, as the parental figure, as the guardian, you would call the kid under you. First of all, let me correct your misunderstandings. You see, Shirou Mia, the role of the master is not something that you can give to another person, nor is it something that you can forfeit once you have been chosen. No matter who they are, those who have command spell on their arm cannot quit. You must first accept that fact. Why can't I quit? I don't want to do it. Command spells are sacred marks. Being a master is a trial blessed to you. It's not something that you can give up just because it is inconvenient. You won't be liberated from the pain until you get the Holy Grail. Pain? What pain? If you wish to retire from being a master, then you have no other choice but to win the Holy Grail and fulfill your wish. If that happens, then everything will go back to normal, Shirou Mia. Your every desire, even the cleansing of your soul from the filth of this world, is possible. That's right. One could start everything from the beginning. That's cool. This is really cool. Would have been really cool foreshadowing had we, in the Fate route, because he's saying, hey, you can start everything from the beginning. With Saber in mind, she could have started everything from the beginning. I mean, same with Shirou, but I mean that was never an option in his brain. But Saber's main goal is to, with the Grail, is to start everything over. As such, you should find your wish. If that time comes, you will be thankful for that luck that made you a master. If you want to erase the unseen that has scorched your heart, all you have to do is accept the holy mark. What? I feel dizzy. The priest's words don't make any sense. The more I hear, the more I get confused. But still, his words seem to soak into my chest and clot like blood. I like that imagery. Hirei, don't go off topic. I asked you to explain the rules to him. No one asked for you to open old wounds. A voice interrupts the priest's words. Tohsaka! What old wounds? That clears my head. I see. It may be pointless to explain such things to this kind of person, but I thought I could clear his conscience of moral compunctions while he's still misunderstood. Perhaps it is true that such pity is unbecoming. My apologies. It seems I am enjoying myself too much. What does it do any good for you to help him? I was, best friends with his dad until I decided to, curse him and eventually lead to his death. Absolutely. Helping others leads to one's own salvation. Though I suppose at this point there is no reason to try and explain it to you. Back to the original topic, Shirou Mia. It's been such a long time since I've done this, really deep, not sultry. Sultry is a bad word. Monotone, rumbly, not rumbly. I don't know how to describe the voice I'm doing, but it's been a moment since I've done it, and it feels like I'm working out a muscle that I haven't worked out in a really long time. I feel my vocal cords getting kind of sore off of this. Back to the original topic, Shirou Mia. The battle that you have been dragged into is called the Holy Grail War. Dun dun dun! Have you heard from Rin already that this is a free-for-all between 7 masters using 7 servants? I heard 7 masters killing each other is ridiculous. Indeed. However, we do not wish such atrocities to be carried out. That's why I will be committing all the atrocities. It is all a ritual to determine who is the most suitable to receive the Holy Grail. Due to its importance, it is necessary to conduct several trials to determine the owner. Trials my butt. If I squint, I might be able to see it like that, but for sure this priest doesn't think of it as a trial. Hold on. You've been repeating Holy Grail over and over again, but what even is that? You can't possibly mean that it's actually that Holy Grail, right? I mean, it's a manifestation of it. The Holy Grail. Or like... I mean, would it be fair to say that it's like a reincarnation of itself? Like, I mean, it takes a new vessel, because Ilyasville's family takes care of making the vessel, which in this case, or in this time around, this Holy Grail War, it's her. But they just prepare it, but like then the Holy Grail occupies it. So I feel like reincarnation is a safe way of putting it. A chalice that is said to have received the blood of Christ. It's considered to be one of the most sacred of relics, and is said to be capable of many miracles. The most well-known legend is that the one who obtains the Holy Grail will obtain the world. But that's just a myth. Something that exists mostly in theory or belief, but not in actual practice. It is true that an object called the Holy Grail, which makes wishes come true, appears in legends and folklore all over the world. But that's the extent of it. Even if it did exist, the Holy Grail is an imaginary power impossible to replicate. So answer me, Kireko Domine. Is the Holy Grail... Why do we need to address each other in full names like this? Is the Holy Grail that you talk about the real deal? Of course. The Holy Grail that manifests in this town is real. As proof, miracles that cannot be explained by logic, such as serpents, have occurred. Summoning heroic spirits from the past for use in battle. No, this miracle, infinitesimally close to resurrection, can be called true magic. Resurrection's a stretch. Because unless you're in Saber's case, you get a spectral body. And even then, your livelihood works a little bit different. The Holy Grail holds such dominion and grants its bearer infinite power. Things like the authenticity of the object are worthless before that truth. Excuse me, I just really like going ba 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 ba. In other words, he means that even if it's a fake, the authenticity of it would not be questioned if it has more power than the real thing. Alright, let's assume there really is a Holy Grail. Why does there have to be a Holy Grail war? There's a Grail. They don't have to kill each other. If it's something so great, everyone can share it. That is a valid stance, but we do not have such freedom. There can only be one that can obtain the Holy Grail. It is not something that we decided, but what the Holy Grail decided. Choosing the 7 masters and summoning the 7 servants are all things that the Holy Grail does. I told you that this is a ritual. The Holy Grail designates those that are suitable to receive it and selects only one person to be the owner by making them fight for it. That is the Holy Grail War, a ritual of spiritual evocation, where those chosen by the Grail slay one another to obtain it. The priest says it all matter-of-factly, because to him it is matter-of-factly. Especially considering this is the second one of these that he's experienced. I find myself without an argument as I look down at my left hand. There is the mark that they call the command spell. The priest is trying to say that as long as I have this mark, I can't quit being a master. I'm not convinced. Even if you can only choose one person, I don't like the idea of having to kill the other masters. Huh? Hold on, you misunderstand. There's no need to kill the other masters. Tohsaka just taps on my shoulder and blows the argument wide open again. What? But you said we have to kill each other. Kodamine said so too. Well, just the servants at the very least. You do have to kill each other. You be quiet, Kirei. Look, the Holy Grail in this town is in spirit form. Since it doesn't exist physically yet, you have to summon it. That's the ritual. We're materializing it. Like, totally. So mages can summon the Grail, but since it's in spirit form, we can't touch it. Do you understand what this means? No. I understand. Only spirits can touch other spirits, right? Oh, that's why we need servants. Yeah, they are the ones that retrieved for you. Exactly. The Holy Grail War is something where you eliminate all the other servants other than your own. So there's no rule saying that you must kill the masters. Man, she could have told me that sooner. Geez, Tohsaka and this priest sure love torturing people. Anyways, that's a relief. I'm glad I don't have to kill anyone. Ah. So you think. So even if I participate in the Holy Grail War, Tohsaka's not going to die. Well, yeah, she doesn't have to. I see. I suppose that is another way to consider it. Then let me ask you, Shirou Mia, do you think you can defeat your own servant? No, absolutely not. I'd get bodied by her. Defeat Saber? That's impossible. Magecraft doesn't work on her, and she's an incredibly powerful swordswoman. Then let me pose something else. It is absurd, but I must ask, do you think you are superior to your servant? Didn't you just ask that? Or beat them? Superior in rank or superior in, like, personhood and ability? What is this guy saying? I can't defeat Saber, so there's no way I can be superior to her. No matter how you phrase it, the answer is still that I'm weaker than my servant. Oh. That is right. Servants are hard to defeat even with another servant. Then what would you do? Oh, okay, so he's making a point of like, yeah, duh, you're weaker. You're supposed to be. See, it is a simple solution. Servants cannot exist without their master. No matter how powerful the servant may be, they will cease to exist if their master is defeated. If so... Yeah, it's a natural solution. You wouldn't pick the hard route. In order to win, the most effective way to kill the servant would be to kill the master, not the servant. Okay. I understand that in order to eliminate the servant, defeating the master is faster. But then, if the servant is defeated first, would their master not be a master anymore? Would their master be a master and not a master? Or a master? Just all the masters. Only servants can touch the Holy Grail, right? The masters who lost their servant wouldn't have any worth anymore. What? That didn't make sense. No. As long as they have command spells, their right as a master, and the ability to form a contract remains. As long as they have the mark, they're free to contract with any other servant. Wait, hold on. As long as they have command spells, their right as a master and the ability to form a contract remains. Which is true, especially in your case, isn't it? Because you still have, if I'm remembering properly, I mean, Gilgamesh is still here. He's tied to you. You must have command spells, right? In order for you to also turn around and you're going to form a contract with Lancer. Or you do already have a contract with Lancer. Maybe you don't currently. I don't know. I forget. I know it was discussed towards the end of the Fate route when, as far as like when Lancer became Kirei's master versus Lancer being whoever the heck else's master. We don't know who that is yet. Or I don't. You may. I don't, so don't spoil that for me. That is, that's not necessarily... Oh, a servant who loses their master does not necessarily disappear right away. They stay in this world until all of the magical energy in their body runs out. If they meet a master who is bereft of a servant, they can form another contract and make a return to the battlefield. That is why masters kill other masters. If you allow them to live, there's a possibility they become a future hindrance. Then what if you use up your command spells? Then you can't form a contract with other servants, and freed servants can go off with their masters too? I mean, yeah. Well, right? Then you can't form a contract with other servants. Freed servants can go off with other masters too. Yeah? Wait, that's... Yes, that is correct. If you use up your command spells, then you will be liberated from all duties as a master. Alright, Saber. Come in here. Slap me. Spit on me. Alright, I used my last two. Go be on your way. I got what I wanted out of life.
Although, I cannot imagine that there would be a mage that would waste a command spell that allows them to use such a powerful magecraft. There was, they would be an amateur, or a coward. Speaking to you, Shirou.
Priest laughs, as if he can see right through me. He's getting on my nerves. That priest is making fun of me. He clearly wants to get a rise out of me.
Is everything clear? If so, I have finished covering the rules. Now, let us return to the beginning, Shirou Miya. You said you have no intention of being a master, but is that still true? If you wish to quit, then so be it. As you have said, you may use up your command spells and terminate your contract with Saber. I would then guarantee your safety until the Holy Grail War ends.
Or you would lock me in your basement with your other orphan children. Neither sound great. I will stick with my hair and my abilities. As is. Huh? Wait, why do you have to guarantee my safety? I can protect myself. No.
I do not have the luxury of time to care for you either, but this is also a rule. My orders are to supervise this occurrence of the Holy Grail War. It is my duty to keep the casualties? Why
does that take so long for me to pronounce properly?
From the Holy Grail War to a minimum. Protecting mages who are no longer masters are my top priority as overseer.
This occurrence of the Holy Grail War. Hold on. That means this has happened more than once? What do you mean the Holy Grail War didn't just start now? We've gotten a few of them. People have been prepping for this for quite a while.
Of course not. Do you believe that an overseer would be dispatched if so? Of course, it is the duty of this church to recover holy relics. As we are part of the lowest ranked special agencies, originally, our purpose was to research and recover the true cross. Here, our duty is to assess the Holy Grail. We are to investigate 726 Holy Grail that has been observed in this far eastern land. We must recover if it is real and invalidate it.
726? Wait, what? We are to investigate the 726 Holy Grail that has been observed in this far eastern land. We must recover it, invalidate it, or not. 720. I don't remember there being that many. Well, I know there's only 4 Holy Grail Wars. I didn't realize there's that many Grails, or so to speak, Grails.
Who knows? Insofar we understand, there are at least so many similar objects. And one of those is the Grail from the Holy Grail War observed in this town. According to our records, it is said that the first battle was 200 years ago. Since then, the battle among the masters has been repeating in a cycle of 50 years. This is the 5th time for this Holy Grail War, since the last one was 10 years ago. This has been the shortest cycle yet.
What? Are you guys insane? You had this kind of thing happen 4 times already? Make it stop! Make it all stop!
I couldn't agree more.
No, you can't. No, you don't. You're just saying that. Shut up. I know you. I know your intentions.
Just as you say, this has happened far too many times already.
Or are you saying that in more like, oh yeah, I should have gotten it. It's been 1 time too many and I should have already gotten it.
Yes. In the past, the Holy Grail Wars have all been brutal. Fatally, the Masters were driven by their desires, forgetting what they have been taught as mages, and murdered one another wholesale. I am sure that you are aware the worst crime for mages is to use magecraft in public. Mages are not supposed to reveal their identity to the Republic.
To the Republic? Star Wars? Is that you?
However, past masters have violated that. The Mages Association dispatched third-party overseers to maintain order, but they only started from the 3rd Holy Grail War. The one who was dispatched that time was my father. You understand, boy?
Yeah, I get why these overseers are necessary, but based on what you said just now, these Holy Grail Wars are just evil at their core.
Oh, how are they so evil?
Past masters were mages who could break the rules, right? Okay, so assuming the Holy Grail is real, what if the one who wins is selfish and would only use it for their own interests? It would be bad if it was given to someone who has no problem killing others. The Mages Association is responsible for mages. Shouldn't you be punishing those kinds of people? I ask with a glimmer of hope. Nope. However, as expected, Yuriko Domine laughs. Hey, because he's one of those people that deserves punishment, because he's about to do some really sick, messed up stuff. And has been doing sick, messed up stuff.
Of course not. There are no mages that don't act out of self-interest. The only thing we administer are the rules of the war. The aftermath does not interest us, and the association is not concerned with what kind of individual obtains the Grail.
That's crazy! What if the master who gets the Grail is a psychopath, like you? Foreshadowing?
Then I guess I'd be psychopathic. Certainly a bother, but there is nothing else that we can do. It is the Holy Grail that chooses its owner, and we do not have the power to stop the master chosen by the Grail. It is a Grail that makes wishes come true. The ones who obtain it will be able to do as they please. But if you do not want such a thing to come to pass, then you must win it yourself. That is the more reliable way, isn't it?
I like the wording of, if you want that to not come to pass, you must win, right? So it's like it's not like if someone was planning to do something bad with this, it's people are planning to do something bad with this, namely me. Kodamine is trying to hold back his laughter. He seems to enjoy how I'm not able to accept being master. I'm really trying to finish the scene, but it's dragging on so much longer than I thought.
What happened, boy? I thought that was a good plan, but you don't seem too keen on the idea.
That's not your concern. First off, I have no reason to fight. I'm not interested in the Holy Grail, and I don't feel like a master, even if you call me one. Just because I don't feel like it doesn't mean it's not true. Once again.
Oh, so you are not interested in what the victor of the Grail would do, even if it leads to disaster.
Let's recount the events of 10 years ago where you were brutally traumatized, and then you realize, oh, that was what caused that? I don't have anything to say. Dang it, everything this guy says is like a beatdown. He just delivers blow after blow of the harsh truth and doesn't let up at all.
If you don't have a reason to fight, that's fine. I suppose that means you do not care about what happens 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Correct. At the end of the last Holy Grail, an unworthy master touched the Grail.
You did! You piece of garbage. I do not know what that master wished for. Which is also true. He genuinely doesn't know what he wished for.
What we do know are the results of that disaster.
Fire! Burning! Brrr. I don't know what the brr was, but for one moment, that hell appeared in the back of my mind. Hold on. That can't be!
It is. The tragedy that everyone living in Fuyuki is well aware of, Shirou, Amiya. 500 casualties, 134 buildings destroyed. That fire is what remains of the previous Holy Grail War.
I feel nauseous. Ugh! My vision blurs. Passes out. Cutely. I can't focus anymore. It feels like I'm going to pass out. Cutely, though. I force myself to stay informed. Cutely, before I completely lose control. My teeth clench as I stave off oblivion. Anger boils over within me, and I use that to fight against the rising nausea. Amiya, what's wrong? You're all pale. I know that is a lot to take in, but, you know, look, why don't you get some air? Must have looked awfully pale. But this must really be something else for Tohsaka to be that worried about me. Oh, he's just reminded about deep-seated trauma, you know. Not good stuff.
No need.
Oh, different person. No need to worry, I feel better after seeing the funny face you're making. Aw, he's doing some teasing too. Hey, what is that supposed to mean? I don't mean anything by it. Literally just what I said. Don't worry about it. I'm not teasing because I like you or anything, Baka. I'll be a tsundere back, uwu. Well, fine. Hey, that's worse, lunkhead. Oh, she slapped me? I don't remember that. That's different. That is different, right? And with that, the supposed #1 model student, Rin Tohsaka, smacks me upside the head. Which is just enough. The nausea and anger from earlier disappear altogether. Thanks. I'm serious, Tohsaka. It was a help. I still have a few things that I need to ask, though. So hold on to whatever else you have for a second. Oh, we still gotta talk more. Come on, dude. Come on. Tohsaka looks like she isn't through with me, but acquiesces.
Oh, you still have questions. So be it. Let us clear the air of any concerns. He ought to know what I'm going to say, but he seems to enjoy needling me to say it aloud. Bring it on.
Alright, with that, I need to rest my voice for a moment. It feels very strained. I also need to get up and stretch a little bit, too. Alright, and check on the smoker. Alright, I'll continue this in the next episode with this scene. Let me know if that slap was in the original Fate route or not. I don't think it was, if memory's serving correctly. I don't remember that. Nice little interesting difference, if so. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!